this video, we're breaking down car insurance, what it is, why it matters, and how to actually get the right coverage without the jargon or confusion. What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric Hunsaker, and let's be real. Insurance can feel like a complete pain, but it's not just about following the rules. It's about protecting your money, your health, and your peace of mind when life throws a curveball. So let's make sense of it. What is car insurance and why does it exist? Car insurance is basically a financial safety net. You pay a company, your insurer, and in return, they agree to help cover costs if you get into an accident or if something happens to your car. That could be anything from fender benders to serious injuries or even getting your car stolen. Without insurance, those costs fall completely on you. So let's say you rear end someone at a red light. No insurance? You're paying to fix their car, cover their hospital bills, and maybe even for their lost wages. That can easily run into tens of thousands of dollars or more. And depending on the state you live in, you could get sued personally or have your wages garnished. That's why having insurance is more than just following the rules. It's protecting your future. So yeah, car insurance helps protect your bank account from disaster. The three main parts of car insurance. Most people think of car insurance as one thing, but it's really made up of three core categories. Number one, coverages for others, liability insurance. This is the part that most states require by law. If you hurt someone or damage their property in an accident, liability insurance helps cover their bills. Bodily injury liability. Let's say you're driving on a rainy day and your car slides through a red light, hitting another vehicle. The driver of the other car is hurt and needs to go to the hospital. That's where your bodily injury liability comes in. If you have a $100,000 limit per person, your insurance will cover the medical expenses up to that amount. But if their injuries exceed that, you could still be personally on the hook. Many people carry what's called 100-300 or 250-500 coverage. That's shorthand for how much the insurance will pay per person per accident. So 250-500 means up to $250,000 for one person's injuries and $500,000 total if multiple people are injured. Property damage liability. This one's pretty straightforward. If you cause damage to someone else's car or even crash into a building or a fence, this pays to fix it. A lot of people carry $50,000 or $100,000 here. And that can seem like plenty until you crash into a luxury SUV or cause a pileup on the freeway. Repairs add up fast. 2. Coverage for you. This is where people tend to skimp, but it's arguably just as important. If someone hits you and they either don't have insurance or don't have enough of it, uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage steps in. Uninsured motorist. Believe it or not, there are still people driving around with no insurance at all. If one of them hits you, and you're injured, uninsured motorist coverage can pay your medical bills and sometimes even lost wages. Underinsured motorist. Sometimes the person who hits you has insurance, but just not enough of it. Let's say they have $25,000 in bodily injury coverage, but your hospital bills are $75,000. The underinsured motorist can cover that $50,000 gap depending on what limits you chose for your policy. And then there's medical payments coverage or personal injury protection, depending on where you live. This covers you and your passenger's medical costs no matter who was at fault. Some states even include lost wages and rehab costs under PIP. Even if you're healthy and think you'll never need it, this kind of coverage can be a lifesaver if you're ever seriously hurt. 3. Coverage for your vehicle. Now we're talking about protecting your ride. That's where collision and comprehensive comes in. Collision coverage. This pays to repair or replace your car if you hit another car, a tree, a pole, a pothole, anything really. Even if it's your fault, you're covered. And if you're making car payments or leasing, the lender usually requires this coverage. Comprehensive coverage. This one handles everything that isn't a crash. Theft, fire, vandalism, hail damage, falling branches, even a deer that jumps in front of your car. If it's random, it's probably comprehensive. Both of these coverages usually come with a deductible. If you choose a $500 deductible, that's how much you pay out of pocket before your insurance kicks in. You can raise it to lower your monthly bill or lower it for less out-of-pocket costs in an accident. Just be sure you can actually afford your deductible if something goes wrong. What's legally required? Almost every state in the US requires you to carry some level of liability insurance, but but the minimums vary widely. In some states, you only need $10,000 in property damage coverage. Others require $50,000 or more. But here's a little secret. Those minimums, they're often not enough. They're the legal bare bones. They won't help much if you're in a serious crash. Imagine totaling someone's BMW or injuring 3 people in one accident. If your insurance limit runs out, you're responsible for the rest. It's usually worth it to go above the state minimums, even if it costs a little more, just to protect your financial future. Now, what happens if you don't have insurance? Short answer, a lot of bad stuff. You could lose your license, you could be hit with major fines, have your vehicle towed or impounded, face higher insurance rates later, even be sued for damages, and potentially have your wages garnished. And in some states, you're not allowed to sue for pain and suffering if you didn't have insurance at the time of the accident. That's part of the no pay, no play laws. Driving without insurance is like gambling with your financial life. Even one accident could send you into serious debt. How to choose the right coverage for you. So how do you figure out what kind of car insurance to buy? Well, first look at your situation. Do you drive a newer car? If you've got a lease or loan, you'll probably need full coverage. But even if you own your car outright, it might be worth covering it if you can't afford to replace it out of pocket. What's your financial picture like? If you've got savings, a house, or decent income, you'll want higher liability limits. That way, if you're in a serious crash, you're not risking your assets. Here's a good rule of thumb. Buy as much coverage as you can reasonably afford and adjust your deductibles to find the balance between monthly costs and out-of-pocket expenses if something happens. Shopping tips to save money without cutting important corners. Car insurance doesn't have to break the bank, and here are a few smart ways to save. Compare quotes from multiple companies. Don't just go with the first one you see. Rates can vary a lot between insurers. Use an independent agent. They can shop multiple carriers for you at once. Bundle policies. If you have renters or homeowners insurance, bundling it with your auto policy can often bring in a discount. Ask about all the discounts. Safe driver, good student, multi-car, anti-theft devices, every little bit helps. Review your policy every year. Your needs change. So do insurance rates. And if you want a place to start, I would check out Lemonade or State Farm. Both are known for affordability and user-friendly experience. We've got links below that can help you get a quote or fill out our short survey to see what's best for your needs. So car insurance isn't just about checking a box. It's about protecting yourself, your family, and your wallet. It's one of those things you hope you'll never need, but if the day ever comes, you'll be glad you have it. So take a few minutes, look at your situation, and make sure you've got the right coverage for where you are today and where you're headed tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. And if you want to get started with the insurance options that we recommend and are best for your situation, we'll leave our affiliate links down below in a survey that you can take. These are affiliate links, which mean we earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And your support through these links helps us keep the channel going and allows us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using them, we thank you so much in advance. Other than that, thanks for watching. We'll see you here in the next video.